everyone. My name is Jordan Nicole, and I'm here with the lovely
Weston Funk.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be hosting with you again.
Yeah, I know. We haven't hosted in forever, but this is actually our last show of the semester, so I'm super happy we get to do it again.
I know, we're pumped.
Yeah.
We're getting ready for finals. How are you feeling?
Just trying to finish up, get through the rest of the year.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I'm feeling stressed, but I'm feeling ready. I'm studying hard.
Yeah,
I'm
for
drinking
sure.
my coffee.
Yeah, I'm
talking
ready
to my teachers.
to get through the semester and just get ready for break. Have one more semester to go, then I'll be graduating. So I'm
that's
excited.
exciting.
Yeah.
Well, are you doing anything to socialize, to take your mind off of studying?
Yeah, actually, this past weekend, I was at the Granada. I saw a DJ named G Jones. He's super cool. He's kind of like a bass DJ, but he is touring off of his Ineffable Truth tour. So it's kind of like an audio-visual like experience. So lots of like live lighting and like visuals and loud music. So it's a lot of fun.
Awesome. Any like fist pumping? No?
Fist pumping. not a lot of that dancing. It's kind of more of a visual and like audio experience. So less of like a traditional DJ. But did you do anything fun this weekend?
Not really. I just rested and caught
That's
up with
good.
a few friends, went to church.
Cool.
So
Nice.
yeah, that's basically it.
Nice. Well, did you see anything that happened, like that caught your eye or anything like that?
Yeah, I did. I saw the Ariana Grande video.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
Tell me about
thank you.
that.
Next. I loved it. I thought it was funny because Kris Jenner was featured in the video as a cameo, and it seemed like she obviously acknowledges the fact that she's a momager, so she was making fun of herself in that, and I enjoyed it, and I thought it was funny that they had a Mean Girls theme, so.
Yeah, that seems really cool. Yeah, I watched it like right before we came out here, and I thought it was like really cool too. Definitely impressive how many views it got. I think it was at like 95 million.
Yeah.
And when did that get released?
2 days ago.
2 days ago, 95 million views.
I watched last night before bed, and it had 85 million views, and not even within 24 hours, it's at 95.
Well,
insane.
That's impressive. That says something to like how it like connects with people just across like all like cultures and generations and stuff. So.
I think I might have to start rocking a high ponytail.
Go for it. I think you'd kill it.
I think I could be Ariana.
For sure. Well, I also noticed that in the news that George H.W. Bush had passed away, a former president.
Yeah.
So obviously the country is in mourning of that. And I saw that Kansas might actually make this upcoming Wednesday a federal holiday. In mourning and in representation of like his life. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that? How do you feel about potentially having school off this Wednesday? Are you?
Yeah, I heard Wichita State got school off for that as well, so that's been pitched like here. I don't think that will get school off. However, I'm never gonna take like, a free day off or anything, but it's definitely gonna be a federal holiday. So like everything in Kansas, like the post office and stuff, is gonna be closed.
Yeah.
So what else has been going on? Anything catch your attention? Pop culture?
Let's see. What else has been going on in pop culture? There's always something going on in pop culture. Tekashi 6ix9ine. There's always something going on with him.
I did see that he got in some big trouble with like racketeering charges.
Yeah. So is he going to jail? Or are we still waiting to hear about that?
I have no idea. I have not been a fan of his music, but I will tell you that I hope that he is tried as he should be and is not like given any slack because of his like power, or if he was just trying to act, a certain way instead of actually, affect like other people. Clearly, they have evidence that he's like been negatively affecting other people, and there's been a lot of like accusations against him. So
around gang violence and things of those such, especially the usage of the term treyway. I'm not familiar with that, but people have been speculating if that is gang related or not, or if he has anything to do with that.
Gotcha.
Well, but that's very dark. Dark and sad and depressing.
Yeah, well, on good news, like, KU won, so I was happy about that, and I was excited, to see that they're still undefeated and everything like that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I think we should wrap it up, but we send our condolences to the Bush family, and up next we have Madison, who do we have up next?
I'm not even sure.
Up next, we have the news.
Stay tuned. You're going to love it.
When you shop local in the heart of the city, you support the people that make our community thrive. The money you spend here stays here, in this place we call our home. Lawrence, Kansas, where there's good old-fashioned hometown pride. Eat local, drink local, shop local.
Hi, welcome back. So, we're going to be talking about something interesting today. I'm joined by Kaelan, and we're going to be discussing the blizzard that happened almost a week ago.
About 2 weeks ago, I think. Something
yep,
like that.
something like that.
Finals week just kind of all.
Oh yeah, everything has become
together.
a blur until we get through the next 2 weeks. But yeah, so while I was watching this blizzard go down, I saw a lot of things change very quickly, especially the watches and warnings. I even saw, like, at one point, Kansas City and Lawrence was under, like, a advisory, and I'd never seen National Weather Service put out an advisory before. So take it away, tell us a little bit about it, give us the lowdown.
Well, I think that the storm at first wasn't supposed to be as bad as they thought it was going to be. But then as it kind of got closer to the state, then they kind of realized, oh, this is going to be a big deal. And that's whenever they kind of started kind of upping the watches and warnings that were in place. And at one point, the Lawrence and Kansas City area were actually in a blizzard warning. And that was kind of in effect for a lot of northern Kansas, mostly north of I-70. And I think a lot of people were kind of confused about the differences between like blizzard warnings and winter storm warnings and advisories and all that. And because of that, a lot of people might not have taken it quite as seriously as I think they should have, because this was a lot bigger deal than they were originally expecting.
Oh, for sure, yeah. I remember watching the storm like 2 days before Thanksgiving, and like they weren't saying we were going to get anything, and then within 2 days I was reading a blog by a meteorologist in Kansas City, and he was like, this is going to be crazy. So it changed very quickly.
It really did, and that's kind of, I guess, what's exciting about kind of weather, and especially like winter weather.
Oh, yeah.
But, and there's a lot of different types of winter weather watches and advisories and all that. Kind of the most basic is like winter weather advisories, and that is kind of more minor events. And then winter storm watches are whenever there's supposed to be kind of a little bit higher snowfall, but not too bad, and that's usually kind of issued a little bit ahead of time. And then a winter storm warning is whenever you're going to have, once again, kind of a more major snowfall event, but it's issued kind of closer to the actual storm. And then the blizzard warning is kind of a step above a winter storm warning in a way. And a lot of people kind of think whenever they see that there's going to be whiteout conditions, they think, oh, there's going to be a blizzard. Well, that isn't necessarily the same thing, because you have like very specific criteria for blizzard warnings. And that's usually like winds of 35 miles an hour or higher, and snow that's falling at heavier rates and reducing the visibility down to, I think, 1/4 mile. And then the snow usually lasts kind of, I think it's 3 hours. And then, of course, you have some other advisories like freezing rain advisory. And that's not what we saw over the weekend, but freezing rain is definitely also a huge threat during the winter time. And then ice storm warnings are definitely something that you should definitely take seriously too. And watches, advisories, and warnings, they all mean like very, very different things. An advisory, it's not something that you should just ignore, but it's kind of a more minor threat. And then a watch is something, it's like there's a threat that is coming, and it could be potentially a major threat, but it's usually issued a few hours or days before the actual storm hits. And then a winter storm warning of any sort is definitely something you want to really take into consideration, something that you don't take lightly, because the National Weather Service really doesn't ever issue winter storm warnings, especially for this area. So anytime that there's a winter storm warning of any sort, then you definitely want to pay attention to the forecast and really just kind of stay inside and just don't go outside during the storm.
Absolutely, yeah. I think any warning that the National Weather Service puts out, whether it's like a severe weather, like thunderstorm warning or even a tornado warning, like that's something that needs to be taken seriously immediately. I've been able to meet some people that work in like the Topeka branch of the National Weather Service, and I've even met some of the people working in emergency management here in Kansas, and they put so much effort into those alerts and making sure like they're choosing the right counties to put in the right areas. They put a lot of work in and a lot of thought into it.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people don't take it seriously because they think, oh, you know, the forecast has been changing so much, or they've gotten it wrong before, so why is this time any different?
Yeah.
And even if the forecast was wrong, it's still something that you have to take seriously each and every time because the potential is still there.
Yeah. Yeah, and you don't want to be that person that ignores it and then gets themselves in trouble. I had so many friends who were out driving around on the interstates right before they got closed during this blizzard, and I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and I saw videos of like I-70 during the blizzard, and you couldn't even see like snowplows ahead of like people on the interstate. It was that bad.
Crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And it's like we see stuff like this happen not all the time, but you know, a random blizzard in November here and there is not unheard of in Kansas. And so, you know, it's just something you want to be aware of as you're moving through the winter weather season, because things like this could continue to happen, or we could have a dry rest of the winter. There's really not a lot of indicators right now, and so this is something that we want to make sure everybody is aware of moving through this winter.
Definitely, yeah.
Especially.
Something to really just like definitely watch the forecast, pay attention to the advisories that the National Weather Service puts out. It's there, I mean, they put those out for a reason, and that's to prepare the public for, you know, whatever situation there may be.
Yeah, National Weather Service is a wonderful resource for this kind of thing, especially during any sort of severe weather event. All right, so thank you so much for joining us. I'll be back with the weather in a bit. Next, we will be heading to news.
Welcome back. I'm Bridget.
And I'm Colin. This is your Monday Good Evening KU News Update.
Former President George H.W. Bush died on Friday at his home in Houston. Bush served as the 41st President of the United States from 1989 to 1993. His wife of 73 years passed away in April. Bush was 94 years old.
A 7.0 magnitude earthquake hit near Anchorage, Alaska on Friday, shattering roadways and destroying buildings. Authorities also issued a tsunami warning, although it was later lifted. No deaths or injuries have been reported, but there is concern for damage to the Trans-Alaskan oil pipeline.
In sports, it took another overtime, but KU managed to squeak by Stanford on Saturday at Allen Fieldhouse. Senior LeGerald Vick hit a three-pointer in the final seconds to send the game into overtime, where he led the Jayhawks to a 90-84 victory. KU also needed overtime to beat Tennessee the week before.
The women's basketball team played its first road game last week and came away with an impressive 68-61 victory over LSU. Senior Kylie Kopatich led KU in scoring with 14 points. The Lady Jayhawks are now 6-0 on the season and will travel to Nebraska on Wednesday night.
The men's and women's track teams began their indoor season last Friday in Anschutz Sports Pavilion at the Bob's Timmons Challenge. KU won 9 events, including both high jumps. Senior Joel Long jumped 6 feet 8 1/4 inches to win the men's competition, while freshman Riley Anderson cleared 5 feet 10 inches to win the women's event.
And in Boston, senior Sharon Lokiti placed third in the Sharon Collier Danville season opener. The KU All-American ran a personal best time of 15:15:47, which broke her own school record in the 5,000 meters by more than 24 seconds. The top 4 runners in this event each clocked times that now rank in the NCAA top 7 of all time.
2 KU Jayhawks placed last week at the 2018 USA Swimming Winter National Championships in Greensboro, North Carolina. Sophomore Lauren Parrish finished second in the B final of the 200-meter backstroke with a time of 2:16.28. And then freshman Kate Stewart set a new career best, the 2:32.70 mark, in the 200-meter breaststroke B final to place second.
And that'll wrap up for today's news update, the final one of the semester. Please keep watching, and after the break, Madison will be here with the weather.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
For students searching for a way to stay active in an outdoorsy way, the City of Lawrence has bike trails running in every direction, and with the new bike share program, we can stay in shape as we tour the sights of our beautiful city. Clinton Lake is only a short 30-minute bike ride away from Daisy Hill and has the most incredible sunset location in all of Lawrence. Walking campus may give you the KU calves, but biking can give you the KU thighs. Bike Lawrence today.
Welcome back to Good Evening KU. We are seeing some chilly temperatures tonight, and most of today, our high today only got up into around like 31, 32 degrees because we have these clouds hanging around that we've been seeing all day and most of yesterday. And this has been the trend for the past few days, and it's going to be the trend for the next few days as well. So as of right now, we're seeing overcast skies with some flurries, pretty strong wind, but it's a cold wind because it's coming from the north. And that's part of the reason why our temperatures are so low today, because we're seeing the results of that, and the winds aren't really going to be shifting any until later on the week. So moving into this evening, like I said, as of right now, we're at about 30 degrees. By 6 and 7, we'll be holding at 28, and we'll be down to 27 by around 8 p.m. So if you're headed out this evening, make sure you get a jacket because the wind is also going to continue through the night. It is going to be cold. You don't want to be caught without a coat today. And moving into tomorrow, it's going to be, again, you're going to want to make sure you have your heavy coat out, which is pretty funny because we're still in the fall, and we're seeing these super cold temperatures. We're sitting at like 21 this morning, so if you're going to be up before sunrise tomorrow heading to class, you are going to need that scarf and hat. And into the afternoon, we'll be seeing temperatures around 35 and down to 23 into tomorrow night. So again, cold is what we're seeing, and we'll be seeing that in through the week. So moving into Wednesday, this is going to be our warm-up for the day. We're going to see our winds shift from the north to the south in between, Tuesday and Wednesday. Then into Thursday, we'll see those winds shift back to the north, and we'll be back into the 30s. So we'll see those 30s into the rest of the week. Into Saturday, we'll be seeing 33, Sunday 36. Those lows are going to be in the mid-teens and 20s throughout this week. So we're finally into winter. We're finally experiencing this cold weather, but the winter solstice isn't until later this month, so still fall. But yeah, so thank you so much for joining us. We'll be right back after a short break.
Welcome back, everyone. Good luck on your final. Stay safe out there. As Madison said, it is getting cold, so you're going to need a jacket. And we want to give a shout out to Cal, so thanks for all you do, Cal.
Yeah.
Thanks, Cal. Our last show, so yeah,
Oh,
I'm
yes,
super excited. Yeah, get those finals done, everybody. Focus up.
That's right, last show.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.